everyone, welcome to the Snapfingers TV. So Snapfingers focus on decrypting the integrated communication of the crypto world. We enjoy deep partnership with developer communities, business elites, key media, and financial institutions who have great insight and experiences in blockchain and fintech. And today we are really excited to have Rebecca, the Chief Marketing Officer of NFTMart, here to talk all the thing about NFTMart. So hello Rebecca, welcome.
Yeah, thank you for having me here today.
So first, Rebecca, could you please introduce a little bit about yourself, like what you are doing and what is your interest in blockchain world? And also maybe talk a little bit about your company.
Okay, so first, thank you for having me here today. I'm Rebecca. I'm in charge of global marketing and partnerships at NFTMart. A little bit of myself. I have following NFT and blockchain for years and found it interesting. Prior to NFTMart, I have worked many years in VR and AR area and really like to explore the boundaries of art and tech. And 2 years ago, when I moved to Stockholm, I have talked with my friend about NFT. We all believe that NFT will change the entire art market. I think it do it now. So recently non-fungible token is popping up across the network and got a lot of attention. What's more interesting is that NFT have become a new fashion among people who really know about crypto before. So when I have a chance to join in NFTMart, I think that's great.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah.
Basically, NFTMart is a marketplace for NFTs, which is based on blockchain. It's a fractional trading NFT marketplace in the Polkadot ecosystem with its own public chain. Another key point is that NFTMart is included in two parts. First is our public chain NFTMart.network, which we deliver to insurance of NFTs and the transaction that on the chain. And the second part is NFT.io, which we provide a fun, simple, accessible transaction experience for all. Right now, we taking steps toward developing itself into a decentralized autonomous organization.
Wow, that's interesting. Because you mentioned about you guys actually based on a Polkadot ecosystem, and also you mentioned about you have two different platforms. One is the public chain and another one is NFTMart.io, right? So
yeah,
about the public chain, why you guys start to build your own chain? We know recently Flow is quite famous because of the NBA Top Shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then what is your advantage and why you guys actually want to start to build your own chain, and what is the unique advantage you guys actually have?
Yeah, that's a good question. So basically, NFTMart is based on Substrate framework, as I mentioned before. And in the future, we will use Substrate's unique cross-chain technology to connect with Polkadot, incorporation it into Polkadot's ecosystem. So in my opinion, the biggest differences between NFT and the physical collectibles is that it can make program logic. It can produce endless combinations with various programs and smart contracts. So with the Substrate framework to build our own chain, it can be upgraded with Forks. It can optimize the on-chain business, make the transaction function as flexible as possible. That's to say, NFT owners and traders can access NFT platform to the greatest extent. And in the future, we can serve more categories of NFT assets, from artwork to game assets to financial assets, whatever it is. And another key thing is that the whole market is facing persistent congestion and high gas fee. This is a very difficult problem. So we want to build our own chain, NFTMart.network, and it will save 19% on gas and make the transaction more efficient. For creators who on a budget and if they don't want their artwork to be a financial risk, a low cost and participate in NFT marketplace is very appealing. And we believe that every artist should be creative NFTs. It shouldn't be a trade-off between tech and art. And I believe NFTMart will bring more casual users to this ecosystem.
So I'm also curious whether NFTMart will become a parachain of Polkadot in the future or not.
Okay, yeah. As I mentioned before on question 2, so building with Substrate will deliver an accessible, scannable solution so everyone can easier participate in emerging NFT ecosystem. So we will be parachain to Packdot, and we choose Packdot because its native cross-chain properties. Our big vision is that users can unlimited to choose which blockchain platform their digital assets want to go to. We want to be such a cross-chain bridge for users. Substrate framework is very suitable for such a vision. So,
yeah, then is there any chance to collaborate with other chain or other project in Ethereum in the future?
Yeah, absolutely. With the improvement of the cross-chain network, we will innovate cooperation with more projects on Ethereum, whatever is a DeFi financial project or an NFT project or game project, whatever, we cooperated with each other and the community to building the NFT ecosystem so that each token can have better application and have a long-term value. And any NFTs from any chain can be moved to NFTMart.
Yeah, I see. So like myself, I am NFT lover and collector. I do believe a lot of like NFT collector care about the liquidity of NFT. And how do NFTMart see this problem? And do you have any strategy to keep the market very active all the time?
In my opinion, liquidity is always a fundamental concern. It's not just with NFT, but financial market in general. So the point is that NFT is uniqueness. It cannot be replaced, faked, or divided. So the liquidity is even more crucial, I suppose. The most important factor to keep NFT receiving people's attention is uniqueness, investment values, or the infinite progress or right which users can engage in. So first, I think it's important to maintain high quality NFTs and the liquidity IP in the future. On the content side, right now, we focus on artworks, games, trendy tours, and ACGN culture, such as virtual reality idols. I think it's a good example because virtual reality idols with natural liquidity properties, such as the idols is growing and changing from the first generation to the nth generation, and each generation of update can promote the liquidity of NFTs. In the future, we will extend service to financial assets and personal data assets. On the strategic side, I think we launched the NFT liquidity pools. It allowed collectors to deposit NFTs in exchange for NFT governance token, improve liquidity through the tokenization. What's more, NFTMart also provide different sales options like buy it yourself, Dutch auctions, or English auctions, so users can enjoy the convenient service and efficient transactions which can activate the market. As I mentioned before, NFTMart is also focused on community operation. I think that's a big difference with the traditional markets. We're also taking steps towarding developing ourselves into a decentralized autonomous organization. I think it will make the artists and the collectors more closely because we are on the same boat, right? Working together to make the artwork have a long-term value.
Yeah, I see. Do you have any program will be launching shortly? I mean, like shortly to attract more people. I mean, like maybe if you have something in mind or some strategy in mind, maybe you can share with us. I mean, like to that at least community have some hope. We know like there are something coming and we have something can participate.
It's always like exciting part. And NFTMart right now adopt a POB mining mechanism to increase the activity of artists and the casual users. A token we giving back 40% to community and 12% is used to incentivize artists to creative high quality NFTs. So if you're following us on Telegram, Twitter, or WeChat community, there are plenty of fun giveaways we do. community events, and more features coming to NFTMart or 10. From April 22, we will start to job test the token for users for 7 days. Back to our token, NFT is the native token of an NFTMart, and it will be used to pay transaction fees, vote in governance events, reward network participants, and maintain the liquidity of NFTs on the network. The token holders, who include NFT creators and creators, can vote on platform updates and market moderation. And the NFT will also continue to serve its core purpose as a minting resource, using for infusing NFTs on the NFTMart network.
Can you tell us about the supporters, like some of the investors? Because we actually saw a really big news on Chain News yesterday. So would you like to maybe introduce to us about who are those big guys behind you guys, like who are those investors supporting you guys, and maybe some of the partner you guys have right now?
NFTMart raised 1.5 million via private sales of NFT, supported by respected VCs, companies, and individuals, include OKX Blockchain Ventures, Fixing Ventures, Back Digital Capital, Signon, Practical XYZ, Lancer Capital, BMI, Premium Block Ventures, and more. And they will help us to propel NFTMart forward. And right now we have cooperated with more than 200 artists, musicians, and designers. Their artwork will become important NFT assets on our platform. At the same time, we reached a strategic cooperation with the Promisers, Land.art and AC Studio, and many other art institutions. They have a huge potential in art and star IP. In the future, NFTMart will push more cooperation and maintain more high quality NFT assets.
All right. Yeah. So regarding to your product itself, could you work with us more detail about the roadmap you guys have actually for 2021? And do you have maybe, I think community are most curious about whether you guys will have the ideal release or not in the future. So if you guys have, maybe you can share with us.
The testnet will be launched on June, and the mainnet will launch in September. And we plan to IDO in May, and we will announce the 10 on Telegram, Twitter, and our community in time. So follow us to get the information.
Thank you so much, Rebecca, to come to here to share with us. So yeah, see you.
See you.
One sec.